How's it going, guys? This video is going to be about my all-time favorite band, Black Veil Brides. So if you don't want to hear me get into it, I don't know how else to word that. If you don't want to hear me get into it, I don't suggest watching this unless you really want to listen. This isn't a video to rant or hate on people who discriminate, or hate on them, because I'm not going to stoop myself to that low of a level. Because trust me, I've seen so many videos of people, completely bashing them down for Lord knows what reason they have, but they do it anyway. So basically I'm just going to talk about my personal opinions with them. As you can tell, I am a huge fan, but I have more than one reason. It's not because Andy Biersack, or Andy 6, which some people still call him, though he had a name change. Take note of that. I don't like them because, they have a really sexy lead singer, or the bassist is hot, or, no, I love them because they are a band where they all contribute into one whole. Like, I don't know that many bands where, like, my friend told me this. She says, it's not that often that you like a band for all of the members and realize how important every single individual member is, except for Black Veil Brides. It's been different, because with any past band that I've liked, the main focus was always on the one lead singer, and, now that I've been more involved musically, like with my band and everything, I realize now the band isn't just the lead singer. But anyway, with Black Veil Brides, each individual member is their own contributor to the overall, I already said this, the overall structure of the band. Without one of the members, it wouldn't be the same. Without the bassist, it wouldn't sound as rhythmic or awesome with the rhythmic guitar. Without the violin, and that's another aspect that I love about Black Veil Brides, is the fact that they are so talented in different ways. They aren't just a band, they're artists, Jinx can play violin, he can play piano, Ashley can sing and play bass, Andy can sing, he's great with art as well, he's very smart. I've learned actually a lot of vocabulary from him. I know that sounds kind of lame, nerdy, but you know what, it means something to me, because there's been a lot of things I just don't understand, and he's opened my eyes to like a whole bunch of these new concepts and theories about things that really just make a lot of sense. I used to get lost in his interviews and just sit there like, what was he talking about? But no, I feel as if they have changed me for the better as a person overall. I used to be a girl who doubted herself with everything. And I would cry all the time over such nonsense of things that it just got really ridiculous, and I'm sorry for those people who are going through depression or anything like that. I'm not saying anything against you, just for me it wasn't a actual problem, it was just me being overly dramatic over stupid little shit, when I could just be fighting with everything that I can to get through it. And Black Veil Brides helped me to do that. Their lyrics touch me in a way that I can really relate to them. It's almost as if, like in some of the songs, it's almost as if they are reading my mind, and they went within my heart and took out exactly how I was feeling at that moment, put it into a song, made it sound great, and released it on a record. Even the concept one, even Story of the Wild Ones. That album too. And the ones that aren't about, sadness and trying to fight for a better day and overcoming the issues in life and the obstacles, even the ones that are about having a good time, that's relevant to me as well, because in that little break of a period where I'm feeling down about something, is that moment of happiness, because I can listen to their record, one of their records, all the way through, and it starts out, you're really upset about something, or I'm really upset about something, but then with each song is like each little step for me towards being happier. And I have other escapes from being upset besides Black Veil Brides. I mean, I draw, I dance, I sing. I'm a singer, you guys know that if you look at the rest of my channel. I hang out with my band, my friends, talk to them. But you know what? When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, Black Veil Brides are a band that I can look up to when I'm not sure what else to look up to, really. They're just so inspirational. People get all worked up about those times where they develop this attitude towards the audience. And you know what? I don't want to get into that, because I'm not trying to be negative with this. I'm trying to share with you the positives and what they mean to me. Honestly, I don't understand all the hatred, but that's coming from me, and that's my personal opinion. I do respect those who don't like their music, but to not like them as people, I don't understand that in particular. Because you can look at Christian, Jeremy, or Jinx, if you know him by that, and Jake Pitts, and I'm not excluding Andy and Ashley, they're all amazing people, like, overall, but you look at them, and if you could actually see how all the band members are, not just, that one solitary moment of Andy being an asshole, especially if it's just a joke. If you look at them as people, they are really amazing people, and they're all different, they're not all the same, they don't all look the same, unless that's intentional for the stage presence, but when they get off that stage, they're not just performers, they're people too. And many people forget that when an artist or a band goes on to stage, or goes off the stage, that they aren't just performers, they're not just musicians, they're not just a band, they are people with aspects and dreams and hopes for a better day, or they're doing it because it's what they love. And there's no need to hate on a band for doing something that they love. And I know that personally, because being the lead vocalist of my band, there's going to be moments where you're going to get cocky, if that's how you see Andy as, being really conceited and self-centered, not caring about the fans. That will never be true. There will be moments where you get overly confident, because, think about it, you are in the spotlight on stage, everybody's cheering for you, screaming your name, fangirling over you, oh my god, you're gonna get really confident at some point. You're gonna say, wow, they're cheering for me. Holy shit, I am fucking awesome, So you can't blame them for having moments of, fuck yeah. So you can't really hate on them for that, because they're not always that way, because after they get off the stage, after their fuck yeah moment, they are really down to earth, like, people. And I don't know them personally, but I can still say this because I've been a fan of theirs for years, many years. It's not just about, getting on stage and impressing people. It's about the music, it's about the fans, it's about the connection. I'm actually glad that a lot of the fan base calls themselves the Black Veil Brides Army, because it just shows that there's unity. What's wrong with unity? Having people that can be there for one another, helping one another, sharing the same common interests you know, when I met them in January, I managed to get VIP for the show. But when I went there, first thing I did was I looked at Andy and I thanked him. I thanked him for everything that they have done because they have made me happy, and I started tearing up. They have helped me to get through some of the toughest times. Like I said, whenever I felt like there was nothing else or no one else at the moment. It's those nights, you feel like you need to cry or something, and it's in the middle of the night, but you don't have anyone to talk to. I can just put on my iPod, put my headphones in, and listen to Lost It All, just let everything out, and feel better, and then listen to one of their more upbeat songs, just listen to, In the End, for example. I know that one's played a lot, but, it helps me to get through the night. I know that sounds weird, but you know what, it's true. Or any time of day. And they inspire a lot of my lyrics too. They help me, Andy in particular, that has helped me as a writer, and I do poetry as well. So within my poetry there's a lot of influence from the band, and their lyrics have influenced me greatly. But yeah, when I met them, I thanked them, and I hugged them so many times. Hopefully at Warped I can meet them again, because I would be very thankful. Even though I've met them before, it would be just like meeting them for the first time, if not better. Because I'll be prepared this time. Last time I was freaking out so bad that and the funny thing is I freaked out on the way to meet them, but when I was standing in line to see them, I was just like, I didn't scream or anything. I'm not like that. I didn't scream or cry, I teared up because I was happy, because of the stuff that Andy was saying to me, and he was like right here in my face. If you've seen any videos of him meeting fans, wiping their tears, which that was so sweet. You can look that up. That was at their little viewing thing. But yeah, you can see him with some fans, and he really like looks them in the eyes when he meets them, because it's like a heart-to-heart moment, and it's just so great. I don't know, just you can dislike a band and you can dislike their music, but you can't dislike them for what they're doing, because they're just following their dreams, what they want to do. They've helped me get through so much stuff, and I honestly, myself, I don't see anything wrong with them. And if you're one of the people to think that their music sounds like some other bands, like Avenged Sevenfold, I've had one guy tell me that they're stealing the sound from Avenged Sevenfold, and I was like, they're not stealing their sound. In the albums, when it says, not in the albums, but sometimes in interviews, it's like, who are you influenced by? Who are you most influenced by? Avenged Sevenfold and like those old bands, it's like you take them all and combine them together. And that is like Black Veil Brides, plus a little dash of their own personality, because it's not going to be exactly the same as another band. It doesn't make sense, because then it wouldn't be original. And they have a lot of originality. Andy sits there and he writes the lyrics and puts it into art. I call it art. Already art. But yeah, they take these amazing lyrics that's almost poetic, like telling a story, and they put it into art for everyone to hear. I would say that the Set the World on Fire album isn't quite as much a story as it is just, random songs throughout the album. But you know what? Certain songs within that album do tell a story as well. I know that they do that a lot. And that's the album where Saviours was written, and that song and Lost It All have basically touched me the most, honestly, in terms of within my heart, like when I'm upset and things, when I'm going through the toughest times, I'm sorry if none of this makes any sense to you, because me and music are like this. No matter what it is or what situation I'm in, it seems to be what I go to first. If I am not singing, I am dancing. If I'm not dancing, I am writing. I write lyrics mainly, not just poetry, but lyrics. I'm constantly organizing my songs on my iTunes playlist because I want it to be perfect, you know. And I'm always adding new music. While I'm talking about Black Veil Brides, this isn't exactly relevant, but I'll throw this in there. In my other video I was talking about this bracelet. It's the one from Never Take It Off. It's one from Andy's line called He Owns My Heart. And it has his little logo on the other side. But I took one of his vows, you know, and I reworded it for my own. And so that's another thing. He inspired my vow that I made to myself to be a stronger person. And that's pretty fucking awesome if you ask me. Let's see. It came in this. And you know what, I'll actually read you the vow. I don't believe in the whole it's bad luck to, you know, read a wish out loud kind of thing. So I'll read it to you. In the terms, you know, this is what he says. Proud to be different, strange with a soul. I will be passionate, I can achieve my dreams. I wear black to protect my heart. I found love in chaos. Let's die the same day and share a coffin. I am imperfect, I am original. I'll sing, I'll dance, I will move you. Don't mess with me. This battle is mine. Dark horse, I can be your prince. This wound will be my chariot. I carry the flame, defend yourself. Create something new. Strive for success, forget the negatives, break the rules, be your own hero. I'm a warrior. Are those not like really inspiring like promises to make to yourself for like a bracelet or something? Which I'm literally never going to take it off unless it falls off. That's the whole point of it. The ones that I took, I said that I will carry my own flame, I will defend myself, I'll create something new, I will strive for success, I will forget the negatives, break the rules, be my own hero, because I am a warrior of my own. And that was my vow. So back on the subject of how I feel about Black Veil Brides as a whole, not just Andy, because he's not the band, you know, he's a part of it. I met Ashley as well, and he ended up giving me one of his basses. Sorry, I always say that word, basses. I want to say bass guitar, but and then he signed it for me. It's on the wall right now. It's in one of my other videos if you want to see it. For proof if you don't believe me. But yeah, he gave it to me and then he was like, well, it's in good hands. And I was like, thank you. And before you ask, because I know this is gonna raise a lot of questions, because the night I got it, I got this a lot on my Twitter. They were asking me, it's like, he gave it to you for free? No, it was up for an auction, and it was a gift from someone that was close to me. So, yeah, there you go. It was bought. But still, the fact that he gave it to me, it was just really great. And he gave me one of his custom guitar picks as well, as like a special gift kind of thing, and he drew like a heart on the guitar, on the bass, so yeah. So point blank, Black Veil Brides inspire me to be a better version of myself, and overall to be a better person, and to be more confident with myself, and that I'll be okay in every situation regardless of how upsetting it is or how nervous I am. Before a show, you know, I'll think of them because they inspired me to, I'm going to start crying. They inspire me to keep going with my band so that I can get to where, you know, somewhere like they are, making music for people to hear. I want to be able to inspire people as they have inspired me. That would mean the world to me. Yeah, see, I tear up not because of the band alone, but because of how much I connect to music and what it really does for me. anytime I talk to someone and they can relate to all the stuff that I've just said, it really makes my day, because it's someone else who understands what I'm going through. You know, any problems that I talk to them about, they're like, you know, I understand, and they help me get through it too. It's like, that's really awesome to relate to somebody. But yeah, Black Veil Brides, they inspired me to be a better person. I actually made a new friend because of one of their shows, and I've been talking to her ever since, and we plan on hanging out soon. So I have a new friend because of Black Veil Brides, and I met her at one of their shows. So I'm very thankful for that as well. And my life has gotten better ever since I became a fan of theirs. Before I was a fan of theirs, I was lost, honestly, and now I'm found. So, I kind of rest my case here on Black Veil Brides. I could go into much more depth about specific things, but I really don't need to. This is just, it's a long video, I know, but thank you so much for watching it, because it means a lot to me. This is a little, like, kind of broad overview of how I feel about them. I'm really thankful that I got to meet them once, and that I might be able to meet them again at the end of the month at Warped Tour. And they've changed me as a person, and I could never, ever thank them enough. And for those of you who understand what I'm saying, kudos to you. If you aren't really a huge fan but you watch this anyway, that means more to me than you know. The fact that you listen to me anyway. And also, if before watching this you thought that fans of Black Veil Brides or the Black Veil Bride Army were all assholes and ignorant people and little children, scene girls, you know, 13 prepubescent boys and all shit like that, don't think that, because a lot of the fans I know are in the range of 16 to 23 years old. I talked to a 21-year-old the other day. Just like a lot of bands, the fan base is growing with them. Remember that. It's not, you know, maybe back in their Knives and Pens days, or We Stitch These Wounds, it was like 15, 14 years old, but you know what, they were younger as well. And as their music gets better, you know, and matures, the fans are maturing with them as well. So keep that in mind. Thank you for watching this, and leave any comments that you have. I appreciate any feedback or anything that you have to say. If you have any questions, send me a message or leave a comment below, and I will get back to you basically immediately, because I never sleep. No, I'm just kidding. I sleep sometimes, but I stay up pretty late. Like right now it's almost 4 in the morning. I had all this going through my head and I wanted to tell you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and you know, if you want to leave a video response, that would make me the happiest girl in the world. So keep that in mind too. Alright, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Alright, peace. And rock on.